Hi everyone, welcome back to my Beach Angel Tarot Shop. I'm here to do my weekly angel reading for the week of October 1st through October 7th, and I'm going to be using my new Keepers of the Light Kyle Gray deck. I love it, and we're going to let Spirit bring through what they want you to hear this week. So let's just be open to whatever comes. And so I'm focusing on everyone, the law of attraction, what angel message wants to come out. So keep in mind this is a general message, and we're always working with Archangel Michael to guide and protect the messages that come through from the highest vibration of love and light. Oh, there we go. Just as we said that, it's been popped out, so I love that. Then I'm going to go ahead and just shuffle this deck. So the message that came through from his deck is faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, and I think this is Lady Faith. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. So beautiful. I think this is Archangel Michael's twin flame, Lady Faith, I do believe. So let me see what comes up here. So this could be about divine partnerships. Doesn't necessarily mean that it is. I don't like to... but I see a lot of that blue, for some reason that is definitely, the blue roses for some reason are, okay. It says, stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. Faith is the archangel who is focused on bringing out our benevolence. She is the twin flame of Archangel Michael and is on a divine mission to help us recognize that humans are basically good and aligned with love. Just like her name, she is all about faith and trust. She reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and that if we begin to see the good in others, then we will start to cultivate a loving experience of the world around us. So the extended message of this card is stay calm and breathe. You are the divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be going through personal transformations and feel that you're not getting anywhere. But Archangel Faith is drawing close to guide you beyond the limitations that your ego or fears have created for you. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself. When you do this and recognize that you are made of love, you will attract those who reflect that love. Okay, I'm going to go back because I started to think about something that popped out there and I lost my train of thought. Okay, it says first, trust yourself. So there's something with trusting yourself. You're not following your intuition in regards to a situation. And I'm not saying this is about love, but the last reading was like they had explanation points. It felt like, you were kind of stagnant and closed off, and they was urging you to take action on a situation, or the energy was needed for it, and so you're not trusting, because they were saying this is the love of a lifetime, explanation point. So it was like you maybe have talked yourself out of this, is your, no, you're imagining it, you're not following your heart, you're letting your fears in regards to that true love to rule you, and you're second guessing something. For those that this applies to with love. Okay, so I'm not saying this whole reading is going to be about that, but wow, when I read that, first trust yourself, because it's saying she's trying to guide you beyond limitations that your ego and fears have created for you. And the limitations was the Ten of Swords. Your mind has flattened you into stagnation, and you're kind of bottomed out and closed off to what is around you. You're not following that intuition. This was this seashell that was coming over, and the Four of Cups is her. I feel it's her energy in that reading, honestly, coming in here. So it's for those that are watching this that had watched the love reading and they're resonating with that message. This is a continuum for that. But I'm not saying this whole reading is going to be that, but I do feel there was an extra message there. That Lady Faith is working with you as well as Archangel Michael in regards to it. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. So you may be telling yourself you can't trust that person, and you're focusing on something that you shouldn't be in regards to them instead of the truth of who they are. She reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and that if we begin to see the good in others, we will start to cultivate a loving experience in the world around us. Okay, so I'm going to move on, but I have some more things that come up. Okay, first, trust yourself. When you do this and recognize that you are made of love, you will attract those who reflect that love and can enjoy true friendships and loving relationships. Know that good is here to stay. So know that good is here to stay now. So keep your faith on that good is here to stay, and you're moving past and you're being guided past those fears and limitations that your ego's putting you into stagnation and that energy of depletion. So very interesting here. So I'm going to go ahead and move on with the reading. So what the angels want us to know this week, what is most important, and it is innocence. So it's again that sense of childlike innocence in regards, we see the love coming here. Now, I also see a woman and a child, and it says, beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. So again, someone is guiltless, because they're made in God's image, and even your fears and your ego can't change it can't change the truth, and everyone is guiltless in truth. Give us your feelings of heaviness, which was that 10 of Swords energy in the last reading. I'm going back to that last reading again because you can even see the love coming up here off of her. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that would shroud your loving outlook. And see, it's kind of continuing with her message, right? So enjoy the peace within your heart once more. But I'm also guided to this woman and a child. So this can also be somebody that I feel like a second energy, like somebody that is having a child, and that crown above her head is like she's being blessed with a child. So I also feel like a second energy here of someone having a child. But anyway, this is also going along with what is like a continuum here, and they're saying that enjoy the peace in your heart, and that's how she had ended it, that good is here to stay. So it's enjoying that peace, focusing on that peace, and taking the energies back to the beginning, back into that childlike energies of innocence. Something they can see above that you can't see down here that's important, or you're not seeing it the way that they would like you to see it, and it says be honest with yourself. So it's that closed off energies that we saw in the Four of Cups, where she had her hands crossed over her chest, and this is in relation to also, I feel, throat chakra, not communicating, stagnating, because she's wearing that blue, veil as well. And it says, look into your heart and you will know the truth of the situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires, and they'll come to you upon angels' wings. I feel a sense here that, it's, when I see take good care of yourself, I feel a sense of having been overwhelmed, having been depleted by the energies or the thoughts or whatever occurred, and just letting it go because it has honestly been too hard. But that you're saying, to yourself, it's too hard, I can't do this, I can't communicate what I want to communicate, but there's a need to be honest with yourself. You just want to kind of, and it's like looking into your heart again. So kind of repeating, so it's looking at how you've closed off and you're not communicating something, because she's wearing blue and she has a blue veil, so this is also about communication. Something that you can do for yourself this week that's going to be helpful for your energy and help you, that will help them help you if you do this, and it is let your past go. So it's a need to let go of the past in regard to this situation. And it says the burden of carrying your past around has made you wary, dear one. It's time to set the burden down. So it's again a lot of, has seemed too much. Keep only the lessons in love and leave everything else behind. You don't want to need it, and it's now gone. So it's about releasing the past, releasing the thoughts of the past, releasing what maybe someone is, or you have perceived them to do, because you've kind of perceived it wrong is what I'm getting, because you're perceiving it from your fears and your ego. And your ego will tell you that you've been used, you've been laughed at, you've been ridiculed. Your ego will tell you all kind of nastiness. And that's the Fool card that was underneath the love reading. So if you're looking at this in an aspect of love, I would urge you to go back and watch this week's love reading, because the Fool card was being laughed at. It was ha ha ha, you know, somebody's kind of bent you over, so to speak, you know. And your ego and your fears are telling you that, and it's not true. So, yeah, and it's repeating it. So it's they want you to let that go because it hasn't been perceived in the right way. And so, okay, I'm going to move on. I felt a sense of winter time back here. So for some, this could have been something that occurred back in last winter. But anyway, I'm going to move on. Something that is a secret you do not know, but a peek at it will help you, and it is wedding. So this is about commitment. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a blown on wedding, but there is a commitment. It says, marriage is the union of two souls joined in love, mutual respect, and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time. Your wedding day is a testament to your well-founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith, where we started with faith and love, dearest one. So it's continually breathe life into that faith. And so it's about that stagnation energy, because it was that new energy that needs to come in. So breathing life into it, you know, new life into that energy is important for that commitment, and we do see that. This kind of feels like the Ace of Pentacles to me too, because of that archway, but definitely commitment energy. So it's a secret you don't know. There's more commitment there. And something coming soon in regards to this, and it is reward yourself. And it's interesting that seashell that we saw, you know, we were seeing the seashells in the other reading is appearing here. And it says you've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. So you're going to receive that gift. For those that are watching this that have something to do with love, or you're looking at this in the aspect of a message for love, this is the seashell from that Four of Cups in the last reading. And they're saying to me, and it's time for you to receive. So that's coming, and I don't want you to miss it. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance, which was the Justice card, this balance of giving and receiving, okay, that's what's happening here. That rebalance is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation at a consistently high level, which takes you out of that Ten of Swords energies and that Four of Cups energies that had you kind of closed off and bottomed out and, you know, closed off to what's coming. So they want you to know that that rebalance is coming. They want you to be open to receiving. I'm going to kind of hold it up here so you can read it and see what I'm seeing here. It's the words pop out and they refer me back in my mind to the other reading. So I didn't really mean to, you know, coagulate this into the last or clunk it into the last reading's energy, but I simply cannot help it. And for someone I feel that is having a child, because I did feel another energy here, that child is present here, and it is a gift. So that child is coming, and that gift will be the child. So there is a woman that is going to have. So there's another line there that's coming in to have that faith in regards to it, because maybe you've kind of started to think, well, that's never going to happen for me, and you're not telling yourself the truth. They want you to admit the truth to yourself, because maybe trying to conceive or have that child has been so hard, you kind of started to tell yourself a different story, or you started to tell other people a different story from what you're really believing, and they want you to let that past story go, that, you know, you're not able to do that, or you're not able to because that commitment of the child is coming. So I felt 2 grains of energy there, and it's definitely, you know, showing on each. That seashell of the Four of Cups is coming in, something new is coming in regards to love. There's a rebalance. You're going to receive something. And for the woman that is having a child, that child is the gift that is coming. And you're not seeing it coming in on the Four of Cups and the other one. So you can kind of relate them to both, really. So if you're that person that's, you know, with the child energy, you can actually go back and look at it in that aspect with the love reading, because I feel they're kind of tying into each other, oddly enough. I want to look at the underlying energy, and I'm going to let everybody go, because that kind of got, and it's a need to ground yourself is important. So it says, when you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. So it's bringing what that you've been wanting to manifest down to earth, into the material plane. So this is the underlying energy. But I hope everyone has enjoyed these 2 weekly readings. They've kind of tied together in a couple ways there. So I will be back to post my October love and my October angel reading soon, hopefully